Hello everyone, this is the part 2 of diagnostic applications of enzymes and isoenzymes. In this lesson, we are going to learn about 5 important enzymes and their clinical significance in diagnosing the diseases. The first enzyme here is creatinine kinase isoenzyme, which is a muscle enzyme, which catalyzing a phosphorylation reaction of creatinine. Here, creatinine is converting into PCR, that is phosphocreatinine, by utilizing one molecule of ATP. Here, whenever the muscle is requiring energy, the PCR is converting back to creatinine and releasing one molecule of ATP. Here, creatinine will be released into blood circulation whenever the muscle or tissue is damaged. Here, creatinine kinase enzyme, which is synthesized from different organs like cardiac muscles, skeletal muscles, and brain. So this is the main normal concentration of creatinine kinase, which is present in blood plasma, that is 7 to 16 units per liter. Creatinine kinase is an isoenzyme which is available in different forms, that is CK1, 2, and 3, which catalyzes the same reaction, but it is present in different locations. CK1, which is present in brain, an elevated level of CK1, which is giving a cerebrovascular disease. CK2, which is found in cardiac muscle and skeletal muscle, but it is predominant in cardiac muscle. Elevated level of CK2, which gives myocardial infarction, and CK3, which is present in cardiac and skeletal muscle, but it is predominant in skeletal muscle. Elevated level of CK3, which is giving the indication of muscular dystrophy. Here, this isoenzyme, which is present in the form of dimer. So CK1 is containing BB dimer, CK2 is containing MB dimer, and CK3 is containing MM dimer. Here in this bell-shaped graph, we can easily identify the acute myocardial infarction. So it is mainly due to elevated levels of CKMB. So whenever the acute myocardial infarction is appear in the patient, then the doctor will be ordered for the blood test. At the initial stage, 4 to 6 hours, the concentration is very low and it will be increased, and it is reaching to the peak level. Then here in 12 to 24 hours, after that it is reaching to the normal level in 2 to 3 days. Here getting to the peak level in 12 to 24 hours, which is indicating the myocardial infarction. And the next enzyme is lactate dehydrogenase isoenzyme, so which is present in glycolysis pathway, so which catalyzes a pyruvate reaction which is converting into lactate. So this is the bidirectional or reversible reaction. Here NADH molecule will be utilized, and this NADH molecule will be essential for release of energy by oxidative phosphorylation. So it is available in all tissues. So that's why here lactate dehydrogenase isoenzyme, so which is present in it is present in the forms of LD1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in different tissues. LD1 is predominant in heart, LD2 is predominant in RBC, LD3 is in lungs, LD4 and 5 is present in liver and skeletal muscle. So this enzyme, so this isoenzyme, which is present in uh, different tissues in the form of subunit compositions. So here this lactate dehydrogenase isoenzyme, which is available in tetramer state, which has 4 important polypeptide chains. LD1 is containing HHHH subunit, and LD5 is containing MMMM subunit. And these are the normal serum levels which are present in blood plasma. So LD1 is containing 14 to 26 serum level. And here elevated concentration of LD1, which is giving the indication of acute myocardial infarction. LD2 is giving the indication of hemolytic anemia and hemolysis. LD3 metastasis, LD4 and LD5 hepatic disorders and muscular dystrophy. And this graph is telling about the cause of organ damage. Here, this is a normal graph. So, so we are comparing the acute myocardial infarction graph with the normal graph. If you see in this acute myocardial infarction here, this LD1 and LD2 levels will be increased. The peak area of LD1 and LD2 will be increased when it is compared to the normal serum graph. In case of acute hepatitis, here LD5 concentration will be increased when it is comparing with the normal serum graph, which is the indication of acute hepatitis. And the next enzyme is lipase, so which is useful for the digestion of fats into fatty acids and glycerols. So which catalyzes a hydrolysis reaction of triglycerides. So triglycerides, which is containing a glycerol backbone and fatty acids, so which will be attached with ester linkage. Here lipase is acting on ester linkage. Here the lipase is a hydrolytic enzyme which is breaking down the ester linkage and converting into free fatty acids and glycerols. So this lipase, which is produced or synthesized from the pancreatic gland, so this is the main source of lipase, and these are the other sources of lipase. And lipase is having the normal concentration of about 10 to 140 units per liter in the blood plasma. And lipase is mainly useful for diagnosis of alcohol acute pancreatitis, which is mainly due to inflammation of pancreatic gland and excess uptake of alcohols. So this bell-shaped graph is explaining about acute pancreatitis, which is mainly due to elevated levels of lipase. Here at initial state at 4 to 8 hours, here the concentration will be less, but when it is reaching to the peak level at 24 hours, so this is the indication of acute pancreatitis, and this concentration will be normalized in 8 to 14 days. The next enzyme here is aspartate aminotransferase, AST, so which is also called to be SGOT, serum glutamic oxaloacetic transaminase. So this enzyme will be catalyzing aspartate reaction. Here the aspartate is converting to oxaloacetate. So this is the transamination reaction. Here amine group will be transferred from the amino acid to keto acid. Aspartate is amino acid which is containing amine group. And here alpha ketoglutarate is having a keto acid. Here amine group will be transferred to keto acid and converting into oxaloacetate and glutamate. So this AST, which is present in liver, heart, muscle, and kidney, but it is more predominant in liver and heart. In lesser extent, it is present in muscle and kidneys. This AST, which is present in the normal concentration, that is 7 to 19 units per liter in blood plasma. And AST levels will be elevated, then it is giving the indication of few diseases like chronic hepatitis. So when the AST levels are increased up to 4 times than normal concentration, so which is giving the indication of chronic hepatitis. If it is 10 times, then it is the indication of acute hepatitis. Here, so we are taking the ratio of AST by ALT. So if the AST value will be increased than ALT, so which gives the indication of alcoholic hepatitis and cirrhosis, metastatic cancer of liver, and non-biliary cirrhosis. So we are going to learn about ALT in the next slide. ALT means alanine aminotransferase. So these two enzymes are very crucial in liver. These are the key important enzymes, so which are available in the ratio of 1:1. Here this graph is explaining about the viral hepatitis. So initially, so when the jaundice is appearing, the patient will be ordered for the blood test, and here the blood concentration will be reached to the peak level in 7 to 12 days, so which is the indication of viral hepatitis. Then it gets normalized in 3 to 4 weeks. And the next enzyme here is alanine aminotransferase, ALT, so which is also called to be SGPT, serum glutamic pyruvate transaminase, so which is present in glucose alanine cycle. Here pyruvate is converting into alanine and alanine is converting into pyruvate, so which is present in liver and muscle cells. So it is mainly useful in the synthesis of glucose and glucose metabolic reactions. So ALT, which is present in liver, which is very predominant in liver cells, it is also present in heart, muscle and kidney cells. So this is the normal concentration of ALT, that is 3 to 17 units per liter. Alanine aminotransferase will be useful for the diagnosis of acute hepatitis, gallbladder disease, hepatic cancer, kidney and muscle injuries. So here also we are taking the ratio of ALT by AST. The ALT levels will be increased than AST, so which gives the indication of viral and drug hepatitis, chronic hepatitis C, and hepatic obstruction. So this is a graph which will be explaining about viral hepatitis. It is mainly due to elevated level of SGPT. So here also the concentration will be reaching to the peak level in 7 to 12 days and it gets normalized in 3 to 4 weeks. So this is the indication of the viral hepatitis. So this is the end of the topic. Thank you.